I did not comprehend what life without the possibility of parole meant. At 16, 17, 18, I didn't really understand that at all. All I knew was that I was going to prison and I was surviving. My experience with abuse and being sexually trafficked, it's called indoctrination. My first trafficker, according to the law, was George Howard. I believe that my first trafficker was actually my mother. I wasn't able to verbalize what I was experiencing. I knew that there was an injustice being imposed upon my little human self. And so I began to self-mutilate, and I would contemplate about taking my own life, an attempt. You know, when I shot Gigi, there was a part of me that was like, he represented all the pain, and somehow I felt it would stop. And then immediately I was apologetic because I'd caused harm. I think I'm still trying to make it make sense. I don't know. I don't know if it will ever truly make sense. I just have to come to a space of finding peace and encouraging people to have the uncomfortable conversations, because unless you have the uncomfortable conversations, you're not going to see change. August 19th, 1996, I was transferred from Ventura. I was 18 years old. I was transferred to Central California Women's Facility in Madera County, and I was the youngest incarcerated resident at that time. I would see my roommates come in the room, you know, because I lived with 7 other women, and they would come in with this solemn, sad oppressiveness. And I'm like, come on, we're not gonna do that today. Let's put some music on, let's dance. And some of them were so uncomfortable that after being in that space, there was this beautiful human factor of connection, and people laughed. If you can have that in a place where you're not supposed to have any life, it's priceless. I was asked to do this YouTube video that basically would help legislators become aware of the inhumane sentences that they were imposing on juveniles. I said, sure. Next thing you know, the video ended up going viral, and people were reaching out to me from around the world, and I thought, what a beautiful space to be in. It didn't matter your creed, it didn't matter your race, it didn't matter anything. There was one thing that brought all these people together, and it was the injustice, but finding the empathy and the compassion in the injustice. So I'm in the prison going around, and I'm like, you too, you know, you got this. And my friends that have life without parole, they're like, okay, Sarah, like, okay. Now here's the beauty of it is, they're coming home now. One of the girls that had been trafficked as well, Amy, and she had life without parole. Out of nowhere, you know, we're talking, she's like, Sarah, look, me too. And she had my favorite word, and she had tattooed it on her wrist, and it had believe. And she's like, I put it right here because that was your word. And look, Sarah, I believe. And she raised her arm up, and it was so profound in the room because you could feel the women have this sense of like, yeah. I've been home 5 years, and I've just been doing everything that I can to continue to give back. And I think having people who have been directly impacted at the tables is imperative to bring forth the change to heal our communities.